is a big part of all of our lives growing up. We imagine ourselves as kids playing with lightsabers. Queen
Amidala.
Queen Leia really was a big playboy
Jesus.
that all young boys were interested in. Today, we're going to tackle the big one. We're going to talk about that famous sci-fi Star Wars. Join us.
Oh, that was terrible.
So I'm Dan.
And I'm Nick, folks.
We're old friends dissecting one topic at a time. People, technology, media. We've got it all covered.
Each discussion here is a deep dive into our unique perspective. The taboo, forbidden subjects, they're all on the chopping block, baby. We don't pander to popular opinion. We might even get a little bit dirty.
Warning, this podcast may contain mature language and sexual content, and is for infotainment purposes only.
So join us. Have a good time.
Open up your ear holes, because we're going to fondle your follicles.
All right.
Oh, welcome aboard, everybody.
And
Yes.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Dan. And
We have a guest today.
Also Dan. Also Dan.
but you have to go by different names to make it not confusing.
What's the
Okay,
famine?
I'll be Dan 1, and
I'll
you
be
be Dan 5.
Underpan Dan.
Okay.
Underpan Dan.
Underpan
That's pretty good. So anytime I say Dan, look at both of them, and both of them are going to look up here.
So
Ironically enough,
Same answer.
Dan
Comes out of our
Dan
mouth.
2, Dan 2 here, or What the Famadan, or What the Famicon. You can find him on his websites. I don't know if we have it listed. Did we do
nope,
that?
can't afford a website.
I did.
Can't afford one.
Yeah, they're down there. There's your Twitter handle. What the family
Oh,
Did you really?
your Twitter
Oh.
handle's right there. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Anyway, you can find him. He's the infamous one who's been following this podcast since the beginning. Anyone who's a big follower of us,
lurker.
eventually we have to legally let you have a guest episode. So that's what this is. This is a guest episode for our biggest fan. He writes into the show all the time. You may remember from past episodes.
Mhm.
He has a fart collection. He has shoe problems. His girlfriend steps on his penis a lot.
Sometimes
We won't
all
get into
three. Sometimes all three are connected.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a weird fetish.
That's why we wanted you on. But today, guys, we're talking about the big one, Star Wars, that big ultimate trilogy.
Yeah, huge
it's
Star
3
Wars.
movies in a row. We love Star Wars.
Wait.
Star Wars? Star Wars.
Plural.
Yeah. I forget. all
There's
that.
how many wars? Does I don't even know
How many wars?
I actually think it's just one singular war,
Oh.
to be honest.
So they mistitled
it's
their
Star
own.
Wars.
It's just lasting a really long time.
So it's Star Wars. We were right.
You're fully correct, yes.
They should have
Well,
retitled their movie then.
all joking aside, it is one of the biggest. It's probably one of the biggest sci-fi things of our generation, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones will probably go down in history, but Star Wars, like,
Has
is
30 years on
older
them.
and has
Yeah.
like this huge following, and it like spawned off nerddom in general. So, sorry, I tried to play it off, guys.
Wow.
Oh man. So
Um,
No,
nerddom fandom.
you're right. I was gonna say, just to say, like, there's only like a handful of things from our generation that as big as Star Wars. Like, I can sort of something like as culturally big as that. Maybe the Matrix, even though it doesn't
Yeah,
have any
maybe.
movies. Like everyone in the world knows Matrix. Everyone.
Harry Potter
I
maybe.
can't remember. Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter
But
might
that's
go
a
down.
little
Zelda.
Zelda?
newer.
I did say Zelda. Is that weird? I was going to say
Yeah.
Zelda.
Like
I'm
Super
talking about
Mario.
movies, dude. There's no Zelda
Well,
movie.
it's a lore. I mean, there's Zelda lore. I mean, that spans like 2 decades, right?
What's
I don't really.
what's the next biggest Disney movie? There's no like Disney trilogies that are huge, are there?
No, I guess you're right.
Are
Like-
Disney's all like one and dones? I mean,
Pretty
they have
much.
sequels, but nothing like a trilogy or like a set timeline. Is there any
Yeah.
Disney that's set in an alternate world and it like keeps happening? Like, you know what I mean?
I think Aladdin. I think the first Aladdin.
don't think so. I think that's incorrect.
No, Star Wars is obviously, everybody in the universe knows Star Wars is literally like, you say Star Wars, it has its own like aura and essence. Like it's a media juggernaut.
So let's get into this. I guess Lord of the Rings is like kind of the closest thing, because there's like because the thing about all of these things, whether it's Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or whatever, it's an entire universe, and they have their own languages and cultures and people and battles and transgressions and love stories and all these things. So it's kind of like, I used big words.
Based on our
I'm
narratives.
not really sure.
It's Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Wars, Harry
Marvel
Potter,
Universe,
James
Universe.
Bond,
Yeah.
and Lord of the Rings.
James Bond.
James Bond. We didn't get good one.
Yeah.
Good on you, JB. Good on you.
Yeah.
Always played by a white guy, right? Can we agree on that?
For now, I think.
Yo, man. Hot topic, dude.
Actually, I thought
Idris Elba, maybe?
Erdis Erbre. Yeah.
I was just talking about that to my girlfriend. I was saying how I really want him to be.
He got
not,
it. Right?
He's not James Bond.
Well, I would have been like, cool.
He's getting there.
Just saying.
He's working his way up.
Okay, that's fine. With Star Wars.
One.
Where it all began.
The coolest thing that everyone is drawn to was like the lightsaber, right? Like, is the lightsaber like ultimately the saving grace of Star Wars?
I would agree. Like the first thing, if you see a little kid trying to act like he's in Star Wars, he's
a lightsaber,
doing that. Everyone knows that noise. Even your grandma knows that noise. My
grandmother
for
passed.
The sound.
The other one. That's weird that you brought that up.
She passed today? Is that why you pointed?
He says it with a smile.
Really weird that you would bring
why
that
are you
up.
smiling? I'm not sure if this is audio only to anybody else. But.
No. But anyway, we do want to do our ad spot right here real quick. Guess what I got, folks? The people at our company have a little something called the Lightsaber Red Power. You can get these at Giant. You can get it at Weiss. You can get it at Whole Foods. Get it for your kids. Get it for your grandmama.
$3.99.
Listen. Do you hear that? Whoa. Holy smokes, folks. Anyway, if you put in our discount code UNPANDERS, you can get this. You would think this is like $100, right? This is a piece of technology right here. This could keep you busy for years. You can get it with our discount code for $99.50. That's a savings of 0.5% if my math is correct. And the thing is gorgeous. So keep your kids busy, keep your wife busy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, folks? Keep your wife busy. When she's done with the dishes, she can use a lightsaber. Oh my God, this is so cool. And I wish it would turn off. It's going to turn off. I swear. Anyway, put in coupon code UNPANDER 0.5%. Make sure the percent comes in front of the 5. It's weird. I don't know why. It's just the way they did. You got to do it.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I think when you put promo codes in, I don't think you can put point and percent signs.
You have to include all the special characters before you can do that.
Is it the full word? You have to write the word out point?
You have to write N%, PERCENT.
I'm not. That's a really long promo code. I'm not really sure.
That's what they gave us. So we work with what they give us. But anyway, it's a great product. I don't want to stop anyone from buying it. Hit the keyboards right now, folks. Hit them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to mess up the.
Yeah, no, you can't. You're not technologically savvy. So, but back to what I was saying. Thank you for our sponsors. Back to what I was saying. The lightsaber is like kind of the coolest part of the whole thing. Not to mention space guns and like flying around
Special
in
powers.
spaceships and blowing
Light versus
up.
dark.
Special powers. Like
Space, the universe.
Get into themes. Light versus dark.
Well,
Look at this guy.
I was about to say, like, one of the other iconic things that everyone knows is obviously lightsabers, Darth Vader. Like, if a little kid automatically, even if he doesn't know he's a good guy or a bad guy. You know, I had a friend who had a Darth Vader like 12-inch from like a toy store, and he thought Darth Vader was a good guy. This was like a couple years ago, and I'm just like,
really?
yeah, he was telling his own story, like he was the hero, like playing with him. I'm like, what the fuck, kid? You're an idiot.
Yeah, the first time Hit a kid or whatever? I know you went to jail.
The fifth time. I didn't know what to do.
That's what happens when you hit
But
kids.
I just remember that because like the kid knew who Darth Vader
He just
was.
knew Darth Vader was powerful.
And he knew lightsabers. It's just explaining these like, I mean, you can explain it as a heavy themes, or you can explain it as like just a family movie, whatever. But like some of those things don't matter to like just general people that just know these like little tidbits of what it is.
Yeah, there's a coolness to it, like the costumes, the way they look, the way they move,
absolutely,
how they fight.
It's what they call what is it? Retro future, something where it's like very future tech, where it looks like
but
run
familiar.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like you've seen it before.
It looks like a dirty future. Like it's not a clean, nice future. It's like a dystopian, like
a Blade Runner
shithole future. Yeah,
and just dropped dystopian. Oh my god, and retro future. Put that on the resume. Holy, what the
I already did. That's why I haven't gotten a job in a while. All I write about is dystopians on my resume.
You just keep writing that on the old resume.
Yeah.
Dystopian. It says here you stock shelves dystopian style. You want to get into that?
Oh, I'll tell you everything.
Sparingly.
Start talking like Mad Max.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we know like what draws everyone: kids, old people, young people. It was pretty fresh. Who wrote it? Who came up with this?
George Lucas.
God damn, my man. He actually listens to the podcast. He DM'd me after the one on biology, microbiology. He said it was tight. And I was what? Yeah.
What's his handle? What's his...
I'm not allowed to say. It's a disclosure agreement.
Send it to me.
I can't because you're just a guest. Big shot. Anyway, like George G to the Luke. He only had 2 movies under his belt before this, right? One was like a recreation of a movie.
He had an indie movie called. It was like an indie sci-fi movie called THX 1138.
No, that's not the one I read.
American Graffiti.
Yeah, and American Graffiti.
So those are the 2 movies. I don't know where you read what you read, but
just American Graffiti. Thanks.
Wow. Okay. Clearly, get me out of here.
Guest episode over. Oof. So like who was he? I mean, was he like 19 doing this? I really have no idea. I didn't do that much.
I think I'm pretty sure he was just in film school. Like, yeah, he was right out of film school, so maybe early 20s. He made an indie movie. Everyone really liked it. Like it was
didn't he call it the Journal of like Willis or something? Originally?
It was called the Journal of Wills.
Oh, Wills.
WILLS.
Yeah. WHILLS.
You're right. Are you looking at it?
Goddamn right. No, I'm not. I read this today. I told you I did research. Most guests who come on here think I don't do research. It's a big sticking point
I
on
want
the
to
show.
read the text that you sent me earlier. Hey, dude. Dude is spelled DOOD.
Got me with my own text twice. What did it say? I'm sorry.
I'll let you continue.
No, that's as far as I got. But my question became, so he created this story?
Was he the writer as well? The creator of the story?
Yeah, I think he did the whole script and everything, right?
Yeah, so he created this whole universe. Like he wrote it out like it was 6 movies. Like he wrote 6 movies worth of story, and was about to make it and realized that shit, this is going to cost a shit ton of money. Like this is the 70s, like
right.
And he was like clearly wanted to just take aspects of this huge story. So I believe like he's done interviews over the years where he's like, I wrote 9 movies worth of stuff.
Can you do it in his voice? You do good impressions.
I'm George Lucas. That's all I can do.
He was about 30 when he did this.
Okay.
But yeah, he made everything up. I think he took inspiration from like Flash Gordon and stuff because
I read he wanted to do a Flash Gordon and he couldn't get the rights to it, right?
He grew up to that stuff, so he wanted to make these like pulpy space opera type stuff. So he just made his own.
Interesting. Cool. That's what I came up with. That's crazy.
And
so we read the same Wikipedia entry. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
And the groundbreaking part is what?
What's the groundbreaking part?
Is that he did his own special effects. Like they're like actual graphics.
No,
like I don't know that.
Go ahead.
Like the lightsabers and the lasers, so and then
let's just start. Let's start with the first movie then. So he gets permission to do the first movie, which, by the way, I always thought it was just called Star Wars. I didn't realize that had a name, A New Hope or whatever.
So funny, it was just called Star Wars. And then when they re-released it, like after Empire Strikes Back and the other movie came out in the 70s, because George Lucas was like, these were 50 movies. Like, I don't know. It got re-released. When it was re-released in theaters, maybe like 4 or 5 years after it came out, he added the episode 4, A New Hope.
No shit.
So it was just called Star Wars. And then the other one was just called...
I'm going to
DM was just called Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and later he added those numbers.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But that's funny because I always thought that one was just Star Wars. Like, you know,
it technically is to everybody. And then like on VHSs and DVDs, people would just say like, "Oh, New Hope." Like now there's so many.
I never heard that term.
New Hope.
Like today, I was like, "What's a New Hope?" And I was like, "Oh." And it's weird that it's A New Hope because if that was the name of it when it released, I feel like it wouldn't have done as well because like that's like it's not a name. First, for the first episode, A New Hope. Like what? Even though it's the 4th episode, we're not getting into that yet.
Oh,
but, like it was met with like super huge success, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
No, I don't think it was that big. I don't think any of them are that big. Actually, I think they're pretty small. You see what I'm doing?
I know what you're doing.
No, it did. No,
I really don't know.
Right out of the gate, it was like a bajillion dollars. I'm not even kidding.
No, I believe you. I thought you were coming with numbers. That's why we had you on as a guest. But
I'm pretty sure.
If you get it right, I'll give you a goddamn $1.
So, like, what are you talking about? Inflation? Or
no, I know he's Googling it, so I know you might know it. So I want to see how close you get. I have no idea.
I want to say back in theaters back then, it made like 300 or 250, and I think now it's at like.
Well, don't do me inflation, dude. Don't do me inflation. Just tell me the number.
This is inflated or not, but I think it is because the gross was like 300 million for Star Wars.
He said 250, 300. I give my man credit. Yeah. That's pretty good.
What would inflation be? Inflation's got to be way more.
That's got to be. It's got to be counting inflation. I don't see how it could make 300 million back then.
I'm not gonna do movie stuff because movies were different back then. Paying for movies was different back then. It wasn't international. Like there's a whole different scheme to it. Inflation. I'm not getting into it. We're not doing it today. It's a whole
let's talk inflation, please. Come on.
I think it's already in there.
Yeah. When I saw your mom doing
inflate,
I inflated. Anyway, what did you inflate?
I think you're conflating things.
I got real fat.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So, it made that amount of money. And
so they were like, "Hey, you get the second movie, boom! Like we got you." Is that how it went?
Yeah. So he wrote completely the first one. I think the second one they brought on a famous friend of his, also a screenwriter named Lawrence Kasdan.
Okay.
And he helped write Empire Strikes Back. So, and people consider Empire Strikes Back like one of the best ones, if not the best ones, because of the writing, because of the story and like everything that happens in it.
So go over the first one. That's where we come upon Luke, who's a farmer or whatever, and then we don't have to go through the whole line. I'm just kind of rehashing.
He is. I mean, he's a farmer's nephew, basically. He's not an uncle. It's weird. They work on a moisture farm. What the fuck is that?
I think it's a farm.
It's in the desert, right?
Yeah, but like moisture farm, like they just spit on each other, and that's what they farm. Pretty sure that's it.
Not it. Fact check, but we're gonna run with it. Here's an interesting point.
Let's see here. Moisture farm.
We talked about the most popular stories and things that'll outlast our generation. We've come across Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and all that. It's interesting that those three, at least, start with a protagonist who doesn't know he's special. He's living a normal life, and then he finds out, oh my God,
I'm coming of age.
And The Matrix, you're absolutely correct.
You get to learn.
I'm back. How's it going in here?
That's the wrong movie.
We're doing
supposed to be The Shining. Is this The Shining?
Hey, Star Wars fans, both Dans, and they both said hey, and one of them said Odie.
I didn't say that. Howard didn't say that.
And he didn't say hi. He said howdy. Anyway,
I'm not wearing pants. Tell her.
Okay, it was all good.
They said it was fine.
Okay.
They were like, it's stress or lack of sleep or...
Yeah.
All the above.
The
Well,
tension.
I'm gonna kick these guys out soon. Well,
Yeah, I mean, this is great material for the podcast. I really appreciate this.
I think.
You're trying to get laid later, so you're being nice.
Yeah.
So you're being
Get the fuck out.
wow.
And anyway, get out. Anyway, I told her all.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
Yeah.
I know. I told her.
Are we gonna cut out the other parts?
Strong
This looks
fist.
like you're like an abusive boyfriend.
No. Get out! I hate you.
She has an iron gauntlet, just like slowly.
Yeah.
The
whimper.
rings come in. Anyway.
Ting, 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 ting. One of your balls disappears.
They're all gone, folks.
Oh man,
Pour me another one.
he's right. It was a moisture farm. Comes from nothing, figures it out. You get to grow along with the
Comes from
character.
nothing. This
You
is
wish
the
you
other
had those
cool thing.
powers.
You're already alive. It's not like you're born and you find you come from nothing and you become famous. You're like 20 or 30. You find out that, whoa, this whole time that my life sucks, I'm special? Yeah, let's do it. And then you go and do an adventure. This happens in Lord of the Rings because Bilbo's just some boring-ass hobbit. You know what I'm saying? He's a boring-ass, dumb-ass, corny-ass hobbit.
And he's
But
got ugly
like
feet.
that- Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
You told me a story. Your son's into feet or whatever?
He takes pictures of them in video games. Not really sure.
He's got all these pictures on his phone of different video game feet.
Let's move forward. But like these people are boring normal people and they're thrust into these crazy situations and they rise to the occasion and their life becomes exciting. There's drama, there's a war. They're like the linchpin to like everything. Tropes.
Except for James Bond.
Hey, great.
Trope.
It is
Yeah.
a trope.
The funny thing is, the way you're saying it, I didn't think about this until you were just explaining it, but they're every single one of them is like a Christ trope. Or like,
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, Christ.
yeah, the theme of like, the savior of like whatever universe, whatever it is, like, I imagine that Christ found out later in life that he was going to, the story of like that he was going to save everyone. You imagine like the 20-year-old find that out, like that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, it's heavy stuff. I mean, think of it. Agent Smith comes up to Jesus Christ and he's like, "You are not assimilated."
and then Jesus throws the one ring at him.
Yeah, I think he does. And then
Pushes him in
someone
lava.
cuts off Jesus' arm with a lightsaber, and then boom. That's where we are, folks. That's where we are.
So who's Judas?
Oh my God! In Matrix, it's the friggin' dude. I hate that guy. Cypher. Oh, I forgot his name. He's the worst.
I don't believe it.
I knew there was an impression coming. Trinity, you know what? I just want to eat my steak and pretend. He's got this steak.
That's not even a line.
I don't know. He's eating steak in a scene.
I remember.
You know what this steak tastes like? It tastes like I'm free.
Freedom. That's right.
I am making it more like old Jewishy.
I love your new dialogue. Deleted scene. From
It tastes delicious.
Hey, Trinity, check my piece of steak out.
Trinity, come on. I'm going to this diner down the street. I can get a discount. I know the guy. We're going to tip $4. Anyway, we're going to get a brisket. You're not going to believe this.
It was actually a whole other movie, wasn't it?
Cream of Wheat Part 2. Oh, man.
Matrix 1.1, The Breakfast Diner. Like, you know what I mean? On Fifth.
That's a Quentin Tarantino movie. That'd be fantastic.
He does a lot of scenes in movies. I mean, in
Diners.
food places.
Yeah.
doesn't he? Yeah, like all of them. That's weird. Anyway, George Lucas didn't. That's bringing us back.
So I want to say one.
No, go ahead, please. We have all night.
Yeah, we have all night. We have all night. So there's weird. It's weird that like these things came out before we were even born, and then we still knew about them even though we were kids. Like he didn't release another movie until '97, which is when we're like 12 or 13. So like, what happened in that time frame for us to know about Star Wars?
I think it's just the oversaturation of it.
It was so big that it rode a wave for 10 years. That's how big it was.
Yeah, I literally think that's because you got to think people complain about oversaturation of anything nowadays, but Star Wars was its own thing.
Overwatch gamers, girls who play Overwatch. Yeah,
I'm not really sure where you're getting at, but But there was nothing like Star Wars. Like there was no Lord of the Rings. There was no Matrix. There was like literally nothing. So like sci-fi fans clung to this humongous thing.
People said the same thing about Michael Jackson.
Like,
it's like you can't imagine how big Michael Jackson was because you can't just technology is completely different now.
I know exactly how big he was. My cousin was like 8. Went over his house.
Yo, cut the feed.
But this was the biggest thing since sliced bread, if I were to say so. George Lucas created something that was friggin' awesome, and I'm not saying this on the podcast live, but he had to have stolen it. It's too good.
From Greek tragedies is what you're saying?
Wait, did we get this from Greek tragedy? I didn't even get there.
Yeah. I think that was a direct rip, right? Then like you find out someone's your brother or sister, and you're like about to have love with them.
Oedipus, right?
Yeah, and then
Oedipus.
A little bit. That's your father. You killed your own father. Well, that's there's similarities.
Kissed his sister. Is that sort of like Oedipus? He like
that is Oedipus.
Yeah.
Like
Lucapus.
If you could expunge history.
Oh my god, that was so good. Lucapus. You should put that in your bio and on your resume. Dystopian.
It's already done.
Lucapus.
It's already on there.
Lucapus. Wow.
It's already on there with dystopia.
Yeah, that's good. So, moving forward, because we're trying to drive this towards the new ones, and if we spend all day on the old ones, so these 3 movies got me.
Yeah. First experience with Star Wars.
Oh, for real? I went to a movie theater with my Aunt Kathy, I think, and I saw The Empire Strikes Back in theaters, which is weird because it was like probably like 94 or 92.
I can tell you when it was.
Oh,
go ahead.
It was 97 because that was the 20th anniversary, so they re-released all of them.
Yeah, this guy got me pegged.
Because I saw them in theaters too.
With my Aunt Kathy.
You were like in the bathroom.
What were you doing?
I cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn bag. And I used it. I ate it all.
That's a lot of butter.
So good,
man.
So good. Extra butter. This episode is gonna be so good.
So salty.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
I did everything I bought, holes in everything.
Oh man. So that's weird because I think I remember playing video games before these even came out. Like I remember, did all the Star Wars video games like come before that? Or did
they had Star Wars games to the Super Nintendo and Nintendo.
Like N64?
They were just called Star Wars and
Shadows of the Empire?
Yes. So Shadows of the Empire. I mean, are we allowed to branch off into different topics right now?
We're going to come back around to wherever we want.
So Shadows of the Empire, I'm sure you realize there's no movie about it.
You remember the first person shooter? There was a Star Wars. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was.
So Shadows of the Empire was their first attempt to make a whole universe without making a movie. So they made a soundtrack, they made a video game, there was a book written, there was action figures, there was everything except a movie. So they were banking on not having a Star Wars movie, but giving people the Star Wars experience. Because I remember when this came out, I read the book. I had like a code book about like the secrets of the book and game. I had the game. I was coming in my pants because I was so excited. Like I didn't even know what that was yet.
Coming before you could come.
I just remember being super hype about it. And I didn't realize that there was no movie. I was like, wait, there's no Star Wars movies. Like, what's going on? Because it was all fake characters.
The amazing thing is that I think we all played that game.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers the Battle of Hoth.
No, you probably did.
Hold on. Dan's transitioning. Did you catch what he said? The Battle of Hoth? This is his big move.
Whoa, it's the word of the day.
It says, hey, dude, I want to talk about the Battle of Hoth.
How do you spell dude?
He spelled dude D-O-O-O-D. 3 O's.
Wow.
Really weird.
Guys, ready for dudes.
Yeah.
2019, man. Come on. Be what you want.
So what are you flying around in that one? Like you have the AT-ATs going towards the generator or something, and you're flying around in that. What's the ship? I don't remember what the ship is.
Just the land speeder. No, it's not. It's not the land speeder. I forget what it's called actually.
The one with the grappling hook.
For everyone watching at home, it's the big things that walk like dogs.
Yeah, no, those are the AT-ATs.
I know. I'm trying to fill everyone in because you guys are skipping a little bit ahead. And they walk like dogs and they go like this. And
Oh, so like your mom on New Year's Eve?
You guys know each other too well. It's so odd.
Nailed it on the head.
Oh man,
So good.
trying to figure out what ship this is.
I don't remember what the thing was called that you fly in, but that was. I know you love that. I know you want to talk about it, Dan.
Because it has a grappling hook. The whole thing of it.
It was. It did have a grappling hook. It was like because it was the first level of the game, right?
Snow speeder. You're right. It's snow speeder.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, it was the first level. That's what drew everyone in because it was the first game where you could really like interact with something, and the whole goal to take down the AT-AT was to fire the grappling hook and then fly around his legs and then trip him up. AT-AT.
AT. All terrain. That's what it stands for.
Why is
Are you
it
serious?
twice?
I don't know why twice. Because it had 4 legs. I don't know.
I mean,
I mean,
that
doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
That's why we brought him on. I mean, this is it. That was it. You just got it, folks. Because maybe it has 4 legs. That's why he wanted to get.
That's why you got.
Thank you.
Really in-depth analysis.
I'm gonna be honest, Nick. You probably either played it with me or you definitely owned it or played it yourself. Because everybody under the
But I
sun.
can tell you, I was friends with you and you played it. So like, it's like I played it.
And you know what? I think you had Dark Forces, which is
I
the one
did
you're
Dark Forces, a LucasArts game. Oh my god, I got stuck in a part in that game, and then I think I spent like something like 73 hours in one room just trying to get out of it.
Yeah, you just don't ever got out of it.
I never did. I seriously never beat that game because I didn't get out of this one room, and I was
Done
like,
to your intelligence.
So
Just
go back
froze.
to your point, Dan, where you were saying that there was a couple minutes ago, but there was this huge space of time where there was no movie, so people still cared about Star Wars, and you were confused, like nothing new. You have games. You had this game Nick was talking about. You have books that people wrote. Because there were no movies, they wanted to keep the franchise like.
So interestingly enough, it's still making money. It still has a fandom. It still has a following. It still has people interested in it. And it was almost fever pitch. Like they wouldn't let it go. And I think movie execs, George Lucas, whoever, I don't know, what was the holdup for, because they didn't want to do prequels?
They needed to sign Jar Jar Binks.
I think
We aren't going to get into that.
I think he just didn't have like a full idea, and he just didn't like want to ruin it yet.
He was too busy eating caviar.
So where were the 9 stories written? Did he have them or no?
Yeah, he must have had them, but I think because when he finally made the original Star Wars, I'm sure those got changed around from what he originally visioned.
Right. So then the prequels and sequels would be changed.
Yeah. So like
waiting for technology,
to rewrite,
maybe?
like
Polish them.
Like originally, Han Solo was a giant green monster. I swear to God, look it up. Han Solo was a giant green monster. Yep.
Like he was the Hulk.
Yeah, he had like a snout and stuff. I swear to God, Han Solo was a green monster. So if that applied to like the prequels or something happened with that, like he had to take that
like
out.
Swamp Thing. What the hell?
You just look up Swamp Thing?
Wait.
No, Han Solo Green
telling me
Monster.
Harrison Ford had a condition where his nose was super long?
He doesn't have a nose. He has like a.
It actually was attached
cleft
to a part of his appendage on his front.
Yeah. It's like if you had a vagina on your face and it's split.
It's basically.
And it was green.
You're telling me?
I swear to God.
I hit a green vagina.
If you look up Han Solo, Star Wars original draft, Dark Horse Comics.
That's wild, actually.
They made a comic of George Lucas's original draft, so Han Solo is green.
Weird.
I read comics too. I don't know why you put me on here, dude. I play video games. Why didn't you put me on the other podcast, man? I drink wine. I don't know why you didn't put me on that one.
Do you experience time? We did an episode on time too.
Yes, I live time every day.
Oh my God. We should have just had this guy.
Just have me every time, man. I'm not doing anything.
Don't scratch your neck, dude. Oh.
Don't do this. Stop.
Do you really have something there? That's nasty.
Yeah, I swear to God, dude. I have a new camera for the podcast.
He has some sort of weird boil on his neck.
It's
That's
like a
just
boil.
disgusting. I don't know why we're talking about this now. You're wasting our time, Nick.
We have to.
Yeah,
focus on the podcast.
I agree with Dan.
This is my life.
Don't do this.
I'm getting my tattoo tomorrow. I'm going to show it off. I'm going to show it off tomorrow. I don't care.
Whoa. What are you going to tattoo? A lightsaber?
Oh, we are talking about this 5 times.
Dan's going to be mad because I've already brought it up twice. I'm getting Darth Vader's penis. No one knows what it looks like, but
it's
we can
made of
guess
10 to the 88th hydrogen.
10 to the 80th hydrogen.
Wow, that's a really good That's a big one.
Do you want to move on? Listen, you're a guest. You don't get it.
I'd really like to stay specifically on that. Anyway, we can move on. I mean,
Podracer.
I'm really enjoying like you guys saying stuff and then me jumping in with something more intellectual. I really enjoy that part.
Oh,
wow. This guy.
Has anybody ever played the Podracer game?
The what game?
The Podracer one, where it was like a rip off of maybe like Jetmoto, F-Zero, and
no, was it based on whatchamacallit, Anakin, the Rogue One, or whatever?
It was, but I think it was actually before the movie came out.
It had to be. That's impossible.
So the podcast one, the Podracer one.
This is a podcast. That's a pod racer.
This is a pod.
a potty in your mouth.
So the Podracer game came out in the movie.
It's a potty in your mouth.
Oh wow, you're nasty, dude. Yeah, I remember the pod racing game. I had N64, man.
Yeah, it was N64.
Some people can afford it. I'm looking at you, Square up top.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
Square.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure we all own N64s.
I didn't.
For those uninitiated, Nintendo 64.
Initiated, originally called the Famicom before it was Nintendo. But anyway.
You got really good knowledge, dude. Where'd you learn that?
We got knowledge. We be gaining knowledge here.
Yeah.
We be gaming knowledge here. Mm.
So you don't remember that game at all, Nick? The racing one?
I don't remember the racing game.
Well, it was basically, do you remember the prequel movie where it's just racing?
Yeah. It was
all right, well, the whole game was just that. It was just called Episode 1. That's literally all it was called.
What got him to do the whole prequels? Like, was there just so much money shoved at him that he was like, yeah, let's do it?
I absolutely believe that. Because I've watched, like, behind-the-scenes stuff of, like, them making the prequel and stuff like that and, like, him drawing concepts. But I honestly believe that, like, people wanted another movie. Star Wars was still a juggernaut.
Yeah.
They were just like, he's like, oh, I'll write about Darth Vader as a baby. Like, that's basically...
but it was already preconceived. It was just, I'll flesh it out.
Yeah.
Money and technology. It's like the graphics are finally caught up where you could do it via CGI. Even though it was kind of groundbreaking at the time for graphics. If you look back, it was
I'm
kind of
be honest. But do you remember the last time you guys seen any of those prequels?
No, I have them and I don't think I watched them.
They don't hold up?
10 years?
No, the first one that came out in 99. Yeah. I think I maybe watched that last year. It actually, the effects in that actually still look pretty good for a movie that came out 20 years ago.
Okay, I'll give it credit.
Like I feel like they put all their money in the effects to stand up to like scrutiny of time, and
Everyone says Anakin was the worst actor.
He was.
You can't fault
as a kid actor, and well, no, even the adult actor was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. You can fault George Lucas because apparently he had his actors like doing everything behind in front of a green screen, and they had no. Like, every scene is them talking to one another, like, just facing each other, and there's no action. It's like sitting on a couch and talking.
I heard Natalie Portman wasn't even in the movie. She's just a
CGI.
Stick. They were just like, act against that.
We're just going to take a couple stills of you, and then, you're done. You don't have to say any lines.
Just on the press tour if you're good.
Just make sure your shirt is ripped a little bit in the final scene, so you get to midriff. And you're good.
Ooh. So episode 1 gets made 99. Is that when it was? Good Lord!
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Almost 20 years. Like
I know that. I feel like it was like 5 years ago. I mean, I don't, but you know.
You know what's sick? I remember the day it came out. The exact date. Can we verify this?
Go ahead.
Dan,
we can verify this.
Was it May 19th, 1999?
May 19th, 1999. You're saying.
I hope it came out a day early.
You are absolutely correct.
Holy shit.
It's really sick. So, can I be honest? Everyone has like you like music. Dan, I'm not sure what you like, but I'm sure you like have you have a cavalcade of things you like.
Yeah.
A cavalcade.
I get a cavalcade.
There's a handful
I like cavalcades.
There's a handful of subjects that I like. So I dig deep and like have information from those things that are just stick for no reason. Why should I remember that? I don't fucking know. But I just remember it.
Savant. Man, crazy.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Do you remember like
No
the
one wanted to
seats you
date me
sat in
because
and
all I
like
would
the
talk about
popcorn
is
you ate
May 19th.
and the hole in the bottom of the popcorn that made you cry?
My aunt, what?
That's what I did 20 years ago.
For the popcorn? Oh my god.
I don't think so, dude. She's gonna pay though.
What's she gonna do?
You should have paid for the popcorn.
Send her a bill for popcorn in 1999. Yeah, I think you're paying with interest.
I think you
Says it
know.
all sexually. She's like, I don't know what this kid's talking about. I haven't seen that kid in like a dozen years.
And I'll send her
And
like,
she's gonna go, I remember his popcorn. And I'll be like, what's that mean?
and then I did it to your uncle too. when she wasn't listening, or when she didn't.
His popcorn or yours?
Who knows? Man?
So
I don't
many
remember. 20 years
popcorns.
ago.
It was the 90s. People were doing things. Nobody knows.
The 90s, man. Yeah, I don't
Wasn't caught
remember
on
that
camera.
stuff. I remember dates and movies. I don't remember dates with your aunt.
Do you remember going to see Can Hardly Wait? Yeah, you probably do.
I'm pretty sure I do. Did I see it with you?
Yeah, you did.
Was it just me and you?
Yeah, I think we hit on girls and we told them we were from Meso.
Holy crap! That was that.
That was Meso. Yeah, that was Can Hardly
Which one
Wait.
of
Hell's
Dan-
Meso?
You want to give Dan a little?
Yeah,
No, I don't.
It's not
no
funny.
listener knows
It's
what you're talking about
funny.
either. Was
We
Meso
saw
supposed to be
Can Hardly
special?
Wait. I told my mother I was going to see a Jack Nicholson movie that was out at the exact same year. What the hell was it?
Was it rated R and you couldn't get in?
Any
Hardly enough.
gotta give?
Either got to give or something hardly enough or enough or
Oh,
hardly
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
wait.
As good as it gets.
As good as it gets was out. Exactly.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, okay. And then we saw Can't Hardly Wait because we were the bad boys.
Jerry
And
O'Connell.
we saw these girls and they were interested in us. And they said, oh my God, what school do you guys go to?
Decent?
And we said Ransom. Well, yeah, that's our school. You can look it up. It's gone. I don't care.
Yeah, it's destroyed. I blew it up.
And the girls went back, what? Meso? And you were like, yeah, Meso. Like, real quick. And I just remember them being like, that sounds really cool. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, I like you guys. And then that was it.
I don't remember that last part.
Yeah, no, they liked us. And they liked
Really?
we were from Meso. It just
Well,
didn't.
here's the thing. Like, there was no phones. Like, they couldn't just be like, oh, you know what? Where is that? Let me look it
I
up.
call your landline.
Meso?
Like,
Let's see if
Meso could have been anywhere.
Meso could have been. Meso still could
It could have been a high school. It could have been a college. It could have been a law school. They don't know.
Call the information hotline 411
Yeah.
on that Meso.
We just came out of Can't Hardly Wait, and we were just watching. We got to go back to law school in Mesa.
Listen, these girls are going to be here. They think we go here. Can you just tell them we're enrolled in Meso?
We make our own sign for Mesa and put it on these buildings. Meso Industries.
Meso. So,
So Mesa.
Yeah,
Shout
Attack
out
of the
Meso.
Clones. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Meso. So,
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones came out. The first movie didn't have great success. Second movie had success. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
there had
it's actually.
good success. Badish reviews. Does that make sense?
So it's the opposite. The first one,
Yeah.
Phantom Menace, had great success, and then over time,
430
people
million.
realized they didn't like it. Yeah,
Had bad.
people thought it was okay and good when it came out because
They thought it was building to something.
Blinders on.
And then they
Yeah,
saw
they
the
had these
second piece
blinders
of
on
shit.
that like Star Wars hasn't come out in a while. Oh my god, a new Star Wars movie! Like fuck, like this is the best thing ever.
Well,
And then
everyone-
people realized they didn't like it.
I remember my mom bringing me to that movie and watching it, and it was like I didn't even know what I was watching, so it just brought me. What
popcorn.
was that? she bought me all
With
my
popcorn?
snacks. Yeah.
Oh, Dan, we need to tell you something. Good.
But yeah, that one I remember watching that one, and then the second one, even as like how old was I? This is 02. As a teenager, like watching Jar Jar Binks, it was like Shudder. Like that was awful. There's
Awkward.
like a water city in the middle that was just like
Borderline racist a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Misa.
I guess it wasn't meant to be,
Can we
but
talk about that though?
yeah, go ahead.
First
Because
movie, George
the-
Lucas naively racist.
okay.
Like you just said, it wasn't meant to be. Like the green guys. If you remember the beginning of Phantom Menace, you see Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor on a ship. There's green dudes, right? They have weirdly Eastern accents with certain looking eyes.
Yeah.
People caught on to that really quick. And then Jar Jar Binks was like, that kind of how would you describe the way he talks? I think that was like offensive to
Jamaican.
people. Yeah.
It's Jamaican. Right?
And then there was also this guy Watto, Watto. He was the one that owned Anakin.
Yeah.
He was a slave, and he was like Arabian, and he kind of mocked, like it was a stereotype of like that culture. So I think, listen, when it was made,
ripping
people didn't give a crap.
international culture to try to make his movie.
Yeah, like I think he tried to make a melting pot of the universe, and it kind of just came off as like, you probably
right. I actually agree. I think he was trying to make. Like, he was like, no one in here speaks Jamaican. We got to have more people in here. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is a great idea. And they were like,
honest, the originals are all just white people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's like a gap.
And they were so much better.
Can we get...
What? It's not racist at all. It's true.
No, that's not. The, how about black versus white? Like, even, or color schemes, good versus evil?
Yeah, but then they have
I guess
what?
The stormtroopers are white. Okay.
Lando Calrissian was a good guy, sort of.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because he does business and talks to Boba Fett, whose ship is called the Slave One. Come on, guys.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's pretty good.
Come on, isn't that a little jacked up? You can't talk about
It's
that
kind of
stuff.
weird. Yeah, you're right, actually. Over time, stuff gets dated. Like, there's no getting around it. I mean, this podcast will be dated. If they watch it in 5,000 years, they're going to be like, oh,
Tomorrow.
Well, since future dystopian.
They're going to be like dystopian futures now. I mean,
Retro future.
Resident will come in handy.
yeah, he's making a joke about our real world, this dystopian. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Like, how offensive.
Yep. I forget where I was going with that, but it probably had to do with Star Wars and Jar Jar Binks.
Probably.
Yeah,
You
it's a
probably
shame.
did.
It's a shame.
I actually, if I was a little kid, at like a little kid at the time I saw that, I probably would have thought it was funny. But I think it was like 15 or 16
Yeah,
when I saw him.
high school.
Yeah, I was like in high school, like around that age. So I was just like, I don't get it.
Wait, did that actor die or get
No,
death
that actor got death threats and wanted to kill himself.
Just like
100 times.
the new ones. With was it Rose? Is that the new one? That...
Yeah, no, you're right. Rose,
All right,
she
now
got
we're
death
moving
threats
forward,
just for being
hopefully.
an Asian girl in a movie.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
like-
move. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just gonna say, like, it's these people, like, even if you don't like the character, these people behind the characters get like
super fans.
Yeah.
get affected by super fans. Like, if people don't like Jar Jar, they didn't take it out on like punching
Ahmed
a Jar
Best.
Jar like boy. Ahmed Best wanted to kill himself because fucking people were like, "You suck, literally, you suck. Like, you contributed to the terrible thing. Go kill yourself." Like,
You're
people would
racist.
be like that.
Well, you're the worst.
Yeah,
It is kind of messed up.
Well, he's still
Not
alive,
kind of. It's
so
just
it's
messed
okay.
up. It is.
yeah.
So moving on, they made these 3 prequels, right? Can you name them? Phantom Menace,
Dan, can you name them?
Attack of the
I can't even looking at him.
No,
Yeah,
come
you're
on,
damn
you can't
right.
do that.
Phantom Menace and then Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yep.
Well, and then the third one, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, which were
So-
out of order. They were 1, 2, 3 after we watched 4, 5, 6, right? Because
Okay. So the originals from the 70s and 80s were 4, 5, and 6. So then that's why they had the prequels. 1, 2, 3. Ba-da-dum. We find out that Darth Vader was actually Anakin. He was a good guy. He turned bad. Can you stop hiccuping on our podcast?
I'm so drunk right now. I don't even know how to talk.
Said straight Everclear in that? Can you be serious?
Maybe.
Wow. Anyway, I don't know if we can use this, Dan. Alcohol abuse is not our thing. And so Anakin becomes like kind of like the linchpin. Yeah, I'm using the same word again.
You said it
Yeah.
twice. I don't know why you're recycling big words.
I don't have a new big word. Anyway, he's like kind of the linchpin, if I were to use a term used earlier, of the whole
He's a key character.
3-part series.
Yeah.
He's a character
Because
who
he becomes who?
grew up.
What?
He becomes Dark Vader, as I refer to him.
Why do you refer to him like that?
Because I know it makes people mad if I say it wrong. So, actually, is there a reason it's Darth or Vader? Or either of those like
I think Vader means father in German.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I don't know what Darth means. I think Darth is just like
Dark.
George Lucas's way of like knighting. Like this is like a command like level.
Darth is a variation of dark. So, like, Nick is right.
There you go.
I play drum and bass. You fucking hear that? Anyway.
What does Vader mean? Look it up.
He just...
I didn't hear him say Vader.
I didn't.
Is that right?
Yeah, you are right. Pat on the back.
Damn, man, I need my own podcast.
Podcast is just really people fact checking to see who's right.
That's all it is. It's me and Dan, and I'm asking you to fact check something I think is right.
The thing is, we checked it out earlier today on Wikipedia, and we're just checking later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we checked early in the day. Let's double check later in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole thing of the prequels is kind of like the rise and fall of the Death Star, the rise and fall of Anakin as Darth Vader. Spoiler alert, anyone who hasn't seen, turn off their kill your family. Kill your...
I'm sorry.
Kill them with kindness.
Wait, can I... Okay.
No physical harm.
Kill them with kindness. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
Knives.
Got panders, maybe. That was from what, the Famicom. We have no
affiliation whatsoever.
Click my link. See my content.
He's gonna blow up overnight when the police find him. But the whole thing is Anakin is a relatable. I think it's actually a really good story. It's just poorly done because it was a prequel. Dan, you're...
Well, the kid was really objectionable. Like something like smug about like a 9-year-old. I don't know how old he was, but like, how do I hate a 9-year-old?
He's a bad actor.
No, you put a kid in the wrong circumstances.
You're hating on the kid, or you're hating on people?
I'm hating on the circumstances. I think.
No, I hate the kid. I think the kid was really bad. Like, actually, there's tons of kid actors that are good.
Children are awful.
What's his name? I have no idea.
You want to know?
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd. Oh, did he ever do anything ever again?
Jake Lloyd.
He's right behind me, sleeping on my couch. He got all your death threats.
Death threats. Jake Lloyd. But
he looks like a Corey. One of those Coreys that didn't make it past the 80s.
Wow. That was harsh.
But the whole idea of him is all these stories that were wildly popular are kids who grow up normal lives and find out they're special. This kid, is special ahead of time. Do you think that hurts?
He never did. Case? He did one movie after that, and it was like 6 years later.
You know what the movie he did before that was?
Apollo 11.
He made Jingle
All the Way. He was Jamie Langston. If anyone's really into Jingle All the Way,
I love it.
I didn't. Well, here's the thing that the prequels have going against them. Darth Vader's a bad guy. We kind of know Anakin's going to become him. It's kind of a spoiler alert. You don't know, but you kind of do. You hate him before you know him. His transformation is going to happen in front of you. Like if they were released 1, 2, 3 in the 70s, 4, 5, 6, it changes the whole layout. But you know ahead of time that 1, 2, 3 are prequels, and they lead to the movies you love. So I think he's kind of got a lot stacked against him. I think he's got no leg to stand on, no arm to hold on to. It's Luke.
Oh, dude, too soon.
I did.
Too early. I don't know.
But there's no way for him to come out as a good guy or a winner, or he's going to be bad regardless. They want you to hate him. So kind of, he's a lost cause. The whole prequel thing was kind of a lost cause, I think.
Well, it was weird because George Lucas made them to humanize Darth Vader, right? To make him likable
after the fact.
But because
he's the worst person in the universe. It's like,
yeah, and it's weird because you would think that, like, say someone like, I'm just picking a really good actor, Leonardo DiCaprio. Mm-hmm. Like, just say for example, he played Anakin. He was a really good actor when he was younger.
Yeah.
So he could have convinced me that he was a good person and then turned evil. It sucks because the acting and the dialogue didn't portray to me that this guy shifted over so heavily to become the most feared guy in the galaxy. Like, it just didn't work. Like there was things that worked about those movies, but that was like the worst part because I'm not convinced this guy overnight just went, oh, I want to kill everybody.
Well, in that respect, like he has to become a shithead at some point, this actor.
Yeah.
Because he's going to become Darth Vader. Regardless, let's look forward because we have the 3 that started.
Skip
4,
right
5,
over
and
Darth
6.
Maul. Yep.
The 3 that are the prequel, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some cool fight scenes. And they were made by a different production company. Like who made the prequels? Do you guys know?
No one cares.
What do you mean production? 20th Century Fox and Lucasfilm made the prequels and the originals.
So he still
released
control of it. He kind of
he got paid a bunch of money to give up the rights. I thought at some point.
Money grab.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So then
we're not there yet.
Forward, and this is the next jump.
I'm gonna wait.
Sold the rights to everything. Go ahead. Are we ready to go there?
So there's a period in high school. I do love Star Wars. So there's a period in high school where I played Knights of the Old Republic, which is like one of the best video games anyone's ever played. And there's just something about it, like the universe you're in, the weapons you get, the way you build things, and then like the powers and the way they kind of like merge together. It's like that sort of thing doesn't exist in any other kind of universe. So there's a bit of environment to like everything Star Wars does, which led into Star Wars Galaxies, which was an MMO, which was fucking awesome. I remember being so psyched about it because I'd come off of like playing EverQuest and wanting to like do another MMO. I was like making graphics for it. Like I had like a little like intro scene that made me like a little bit of an animator. Horny for Star Wars.
Yeah.
You just say it, yeah. Just say yeah.
Stick figures fighting with lightsabers.
I don't care who's watching, Dan. Just say yeah.
Rhombozoidal prism. I don't know why.
Say yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just say yeah.
Maybe real hard.
Thank you.
Real hard.
Wow.
Super hard.
Supported you, dude.
Family fun. Oh, Jesus.
And that game was good.
Yes, it was.
So that's interesting because were you done with the movies at that point? Did you not care about Star Wars, but you cared about the games?
I cared more about the games. I think the games were more immersive than anything else that was out there.
Yes, I 100% agree. Because I guess to segue into you talking about the new movies, I kind of did the same thing. I played Star Wars games, but the one I started playing like 6 or 7 years ago was just Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I still have that on my computer. And I downloaded it. I love it. I think it's immersive. Like I think it's fucking fantastic.
It's the backdrop. The backdrop is better than the actual movie.
Yeah. So like when there was no new movies, this was my universe. This was my Star Wars. Like aside from like maybe books or comics or TV shows, like this was like my story. Like I made a guy. This is my story. Like I'm going to these different planets. And so it's interesting when the new movies came out, and I'm just like, oh, I wish my guy went to that planet. I wish my guy like
was in that movie destroying Anakin before he became.
See,
what was
you guys are touching. Oh, good. Please.
I was going to say, Dan, what was your characters' names?
Holy shit! I think this goes
How
back
do you
to
not
like.
know?
I think it was like
you gotta know.
I have a preset like set of names that I usually use. I think it was like Aliot because that was one of my handles. But I don't have like I don't have a Star Warsian name for him.
Oh. For everything I do Star Wars and like create a character for anything, I make a name called Musk Lander, Musk, and it sounds like a Star Wars name.
Musk Lander.
It does actually. It
Musk
works.
Lander. So every time I create a character, but especially in that Star Wars: The Old Republic, like I made him. He's like a Han Solo, like smartass. He's got an orange mustache. He's got orange hair. He's just a cocky dickhead. But it was like the name just fit him, and I love making that name everywhere.
Musk Lander. I like
Musk
that.
Lander.
That's pretty good. What is interesting you guys are talking about, which 100%, it's a whole nother episode. Watching a movie versus playing a video game. Most people's girlfriends or wives or
show a lot of disgust.
Girlfriends or wives will say, "Oh my God, you want to waste time playing video games?" While they're watching like a half-hour show followed by a half-hour show followed by a half-hour Cha.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Cha the last time.
Cha.
But anyway, yeah, Friends. And they're watching Grey's Anatomy, and they're watching The Good Doctor, and they're watching
recycled trash.
What's the Italian one where they all hate each other? The Reunion? Jersey Shore. No, not.
I don't know. You know more about. I don't
Housewives.
really watch TV.
But they watch these shows and they're like, you're wasting your time playing video games. But like for an hour and a half, they watch 3 shows in a row. And you're like, the cool thing about a video game is that you're watching the game, but you're interacting. Like you're in the world. Like I think that's so much cooler and so much more not
more
wasting your
immersive.
time.
It's more immersive, and I think your brain is being
100%
more reactive.
Yeah, I think it's better for you.
It's annoying because now that to sort of shift into another genre, but like now that video games, now that video games are like more mainstream, obviously, like it sucks because years ago, like 20 years ago, you would be the biggest loser in the world if like you had a girlfriend and your girlfriend was watching like some reality show in 2000, 2005 or whatever, and you were playing video games. Like even though it's not so much a problem now, it might still be, but I hate that there's still those people that like think it's a waste of time.
A little bit.
Yeah, there's like better there's better stories in games than there are in books or movies.
Not better, but it depends on the movie. It depends on the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could get a better experience.
He's touching on like geeks and nerds. Like back then, geeks and nerds had like a really negative connotation to them, and now it's like geeks and nerds are like
Star Wars thing.
Banded together, and it's kind of a popular thing to be like player on Twitch,
full
Fortnite.
Circle. This whole Star Wars thing. You think of that. Like everyone who watched Star Wars was a Star Wars nerd. They knew the culture. They knew all the Tatooine. They knew all the planets. They knew the Ewoks.
There's only one Tatooine. There's only one.
But they knew all of it. They knew the terrain. They knew which mountain. Do you know the mountain ranges?
What's that planet? Let me know. What's on Tatooine?
There's a mountain range on it called Siskoa.
You're so right. I don't even want to correct you.
Wow. I mean, Conan Mountain Range?
Mm-hmm. The Conan Mountain Range.
Yep.
I mean, seriously.
So close.
It's
was
people
so close.
who are really into the lore.
I mean, Beggars Canyon is another part of Tatooine.
Bangers Canyon?
Beggars Canyon is actually a real location on Tatooine, so you shut your fucking mouth.
A real fake location. Yeah.
Yeah, a real fake location. So cut your feet. Right now.
Anyway, but
let's go to the selling out. Go to the sellout.
All right, let's go to the sellout, guys. So moving forward, Mr. Lucas, is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Who knows?
George Lucas. He sold the rights to one of the smaller indie companies in the area, Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Disney, folks, it was Disney. Star Wars sold to Disney.
And how did
as
that
in
turn
Disney
out?
World, as in Aladdin. Actually,
I don't remember the movies, actually. I watched them.
How much money for? Come on. How much did he buy it for? How much did they buy it for?
$4 million.
Oh, how much? Do you have this?
4.2 billion. Look it up. Look it up.
One of the bigger purchases of all time.
I think it's 4.2 billion.
4.05 billion.
What an idiot! This guy, we brought him as a guest. He doesn't know.
Shame.
Anyway,
Shame.
Move forward.
I have a bag of popcorn in front of me for myself.
He's waiting for after the show.
And the hole is already cut.
Where the holes are in every corner.
But what movies did they make? Like the first, they were setting up their own little.
The 3.
Which were what?
They've actually made 4 movies under the Disney ownership.
The Solo one, right?
Right.
So they've made Force Awakens, which everybody and their mother has seen. Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Last Jedi and the Han Solo one.
What was the third one?
And they're going to be making.
So the third one is the third numbered big one is coming out this December.
Okay.
So it's the final. That's the final one of these numbered now. They're not making any more numbered ones.
And now these 3 are based on Han Solo. Whose kid is it?
7, 8, 9, right?
She's
Rey.
Yeah.
Rey.
She's not anyone's kid. She's just a person that lives on a planet. They're completely
unrelated.
She's unrelated. She just has the Force. She has the sensitivity to the Force.
Dude, I literally
Metachlorians. They're called Metachlorians.
Wikipedia or Wikipedia?
Wikipedia. Do I do a better Wookiee than you do? Probably.
Hi. Wookiee.
That was your one.
That was the best one.
You just said the word Wookiee.
Wookiee.
I want to rewind the tape. He's not doing it.
He can't do it.
Choo choo
All right.
Chewbacca.
True fans.
Episode over. He's a guest. He doesn't get.
Wookiee.
Dan, can he hear us right now? I regret everything.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, are you still there?
Anyway, these new episodes. So there's Rey.
Mm-hmm.
She's a farmer. She finds out she has the Force.
Yep.
Right? Same.
Not a farmer, but that's okay.
Moisture farm.
It's the same. She's a moisture farmer.
She's a scavenger.
Same
Scavenger.
thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's what we're
Not the
saying.
same.
Scavenging
In Star Wars
from
world,
farms.
it's not the same thing.
And then they got Kylo Ren, who, by the way, is one of the most attractive actors in all of Hollywood. Would you agree?
Kind of looks like me with long hair.
Anyway, he's what, a Darth Vader fanboy? I think I even read that quote.
Did you? You didn't see the movie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
He is, but he's also his grandson.
Oh, snap. He's related. That's pretty cool.
So he is Han Solo's son. Han Solo.
God damn it. Someone was someone's son. I had the wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren, folks. Spoiler alert. Anyone watching?
Oh yeah, I just spoiled it. If you didn't,
Not
see
Way to
intimidating.
go. Way to go.
That guy is not scary.
He's got a big chest.
Yeah. Didn't he
he
suck
wears
up
pants.
an entire sun and then try to?
His pants are high up, right?
Yeah, they're like got those nipples.
Is it because he has like a weird waist?
I think he's part alien, so I think he has like no dick.
No, I think he's part Elliot.
Elliot.
Alien.
That's his
handle.
That's his star.
Wow.
That's his handle. Were you paying attention?
I was.
I can't
All right,
hear that. I'm
So
colorblind.
Disney buys the franchise. Does everyone? I freaked out when I heard this, and I don't like Star Wars. Honestly, I was like, "Oh my god, that's the craziest thing I ever
That's a shit
heard."
ton of money.
Yeah, and they got all the rights to all the toys, all the movies, all the everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Fits right into the environment. He could like build an
Yeah,
environment like that.
What were,
Make it real immersive,
Nick,
like
what were
you're
you
walking
doing when
around
you
in
found
it.
out this announcement?
J.O. into John Williams' Imperial March.
Oh, see that? Bringing in the music.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun.
No, wait a minute. Your stories don't line up. You didn't even care about Star Wars, but you said you were excited.
Yeah, physically,
Okay.
not like emotionally or anything like that. It was just,
So you just JO to anything related to Star Wars, but you don't know what you're JOing to.
anything John Williams will do. Yeah, Jurassic Park theme. Your
Superman theme.
I think he did Superman theme. Good call.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Good call. Good call. A man bringing knowledge.
the sound effects too. Music and sound effects.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know if he did sound effects, but like I'm talking about, like the Star Wars universe has like indelible things that you just
Yeah.
Great.
they're unique. You can't forget them.
I think the lightsaber sound was him unzipping his pants. That's where. Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can look it up on Wikipedia, but it might have been deleted.
I think we have to wrap it up, guys.
No, don't. When you talk about what were the plots of the movies? Like one was
So
how they're relatives. The other one was like getting data off of a server.
did you know every movie had a trap?
And I don't remember. I watched them, but there's no recollection. Like honestly, they're so
crap.
terrible
So,
that I just don't
There's a
like.
theme. They think it's like most movies have dark moments where like it looks like the bad guys are winning, all the good guys are losing, everything is going
That
the wrong
actress
way,
has really
and then it turns.
really big teeth, but I kind of
Schindler's
like the
List.
teeth. I don't know.
No, to both of you. But all Star Wars movies have this trap theme where the movie starts out, it looks like you know who the good guys are, you look like you know who the bad guys are, and they go to a situation they have planned or a meet and greet where they're going to have brunch or they're going to go steal something from a ship or get plans to destroy the Death Star, and every time they go, it's a trap. Every movie. You watch every goddamn Star Wars, there's a trap in every movie.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's like, oh, no,
It's a trap.
the good guys.
Or like a turn,
It's a trap.
and or someone betrays somebody, or
Yeah, exactly. It's a trap.
or
The force field isn't open.
Wookiee. Wookiee.
Stop. where did you guys want to take the episode? Because honestly,
What did you? So
you guys.
hold on. Here we go. So Nick, you haven't seen any of the newer ones, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm doing an
Dan.
episode of Star Wars. I haven't seen the new ones. Yes.
Okay, Dan, you've seen the newer ones.
I've seen them, but
Yes.
I don't like the graphics and stuff. Like really good, but the storylines are awful. They're so generic and so plain and so
So are
predictable.
the old ones, if you think about it a little bit.
I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, the first Star Wars is like the most plain Jane, like black and white plot ever.
I guess
think
it's
it's
true.
changed. I think your expectations have changed from the
Yeah.
70s to the now, of course.
And I think the new ones, it's really funny because you're like the plots are so, you're saying like they're dull, like they're the same, or
We need to get this thing. Let's go do this thing. Oh, wait a second. There's just something else that we need to avoid
isn't
doing.
that every single movie? Isn't that Pulp Fiction? Isn't that Die Hard? Isn't that Unbreakable? Didn't I just name Bruce Willis movies? Isn't that every Bruce Willis
I don't know
movie?
that they say that in the movie.
Bruce Willis movies.
Come on, Dan.
But-
Welcome,
Yeah.
audience. We're going to do this thing so that it
I
makes
don't
sure that
disagree.
we avoid this thing. Like,
Listen, I mean, I get the criticisms of all the movies.
You
I
like
get what
those
you're saying.
movies? Do you like
Yeah.
them?
Are you getting really close right now? I feel violent.
I don't know.
I even like. I like the one that people didn't like. Was The Last Jedi. That was the last numbered one.
Wait, people didn't like that one? I thought that got good reviews.
A lot of people didn't like it because they didn't like what
How it ended.
the director's interpretation of what the characters would do.
So also, while we're here, the 3 new ones got a new director.
And that
Right.
and Rey, like the main Jedi, learns everything really quickly, doesn't she?
George Lucas
She
hands
just like
on it,
modify
someone
everything.
else, right?
All right,
got
both your
He pulls on it. Go ahead.
both your points, Nick. It's J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Abrams is doing this?
And I think they're
no
getting
idea.
different people. They get different people each movie.
Of course. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That
so
makes sense.
I think they want like different identities from different directors.
That makes sense. I mean,
See
but
which
it
one
also
works.
changes continuity.
No, not at all.
Oh,
End
Deal.
the podcast now.
what did J.J. Abrams do originally? You told me, and I was actually surprised the other day.
Explosions.
What did he do?
Lots of explosions.
Like, what did he
Transformers?
make before
Yeah.
Star Wars? He
Transformers.
made Alias. He made Lost.
8mm?
He made Mission Impossible 3.
I thought he did something with the original Star Wars. Like he was working on special effects or something, or he did
No.
something before he was directing.
No. Oh, he wrote. He was a famous like writer
No.
before he made movies. Are you trying to catch me in a trap?
No, I have to pee.
It's a
so
trap.
bad.
Just
Well, you're gonna have to
yeah,
wait.
It's a trap, dude. Just pee.
Dude, all right, I'm gonna leave and pee. You guys have to carry the episode. I've never done this
That's
before.
fine. He does this all the time.
All right. Well, I actually have a good thing to ask you, Dan.
Yeah, hit it.
Since Nick's taking a piss. Nobody pees in any Star Wars movies.
There
Nobody
are,
runs off and says like, "I got to use the bathroom," or like runs off in a bush. Even like nothing.
no one's
They
ever
have
coming out of the
this.
bathroom. Like, I guess
Yeah, nobody's
that's never.
like Darth Vader doesn't have toilet paper on his shoe coming out of a room. I don't think people really do that anymore anyway.
If you were a Jedi, do you even need to pee? Can't you just like decide not to do that?
So here's the thing. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Maybe they evolved where nothing comes out of them anymore.
But doesn't Anakin have sex with Padme? Isn't that how they make a baby?
Yeah, but it's pee and not semen.
Different hole.
Yeah, so just pee comes out, but in different situations.
Okay, we solved it. We solved it completely entirely.
We solved it. We didn't even need Nick around. We solved it. Okay, just forget that conversation ever happened now. I don't want him being a part of it.
So the Solo movie was terrible because that actor couldn't
Yeah.
pull off Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Okay.
No one can pull.
I think my bias is obvious. I have a bias towards Star Wars because even if something's okay, I'll still be like it's okay. Like in my head, like nothing's really bad.
my
for
favorite
Star
thing
Wars,
ever.
except the prequels. The
Yeah.
Han Solo movie, yeah, it wasn't Harrison Ford, and it's weird because we already know what Harrison Ford looked like as Han Solo in his like 30s, right?
They made him like CGI Harrison Ford, which is even weirder.
So what they did with this kid, like this kid had the chips stacked against him, like Nick was saying earlier, because this kid got cast as a young Han Solo. Like everyone's going to criticize you for that. Like even if you're good or if you're bad, like this kid isn't gonna win.
You're not gonna meet up to
So
Han
the
Solo.
movie didn't make money because a lot of people were just like, "Yo, fuck this! Like this ain't Harrison Ford. Like if I want to see young Harrison Ford, I'll watch the old movies." And nobody gave it a chance. And it's actually like, it's more Star Wars than the newer movies. Like it's very easy to follow. It's very much in the same vein as like the 80s, 70s ones. Like it's the action scenes are very bouncy. Like there's comedy a little bit. Like
interplay between characters. Like the characters might actually know each other instead of like saying wooden lines. And having fake love romances.
If you guys ever get the chance, the Solo movie is actually way better than you probably read, or you probably like saw from like the amount of money it made.
Actually, I think I'll check them out. I mean, eventually, like especially if I'm going to do an episode on Star Wars or whatever.
Does your kid have any interest? Like, do you have 6 kids, 5 kids?
Do you think I bought this for myself?
Yeah, but like, does he know what it is? You just shove it.
No. Oh, hold on. His favorite song is the Imperial March.
I don't think that's true.
No, I swear to God.
Is he becoming a Nazi? That shouldn't be someone's favorite song.
No, it's a badass song, dude. Look at the time signature and stuff. Like that song's crazy. It even has a part in the middle where it's like you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, but if you heard it, you'd be like, I fucking forgot that was in Imperial March.
So here's a weird thing. Obviously,
you know what I'm talking about? Well, and your dad's the flutist.
Yep. That's it. But you were just, because you love that song, whatever. Your son loves it. But it's a fake song. It's a song for the movie. In the Han Solo movie, you hear it playing in the background, like somewhere they are.
Do you? It's on the radio.
So it's like meta. Cool. It's meta in a way where like, it exists also in the Star Wars world, even though it's a song. It's fucking weird. It's a really weird moment because you hear it, you're like, why? That shouldn't exist in the world. It's a theme song.
Right.
Yeah, it's very odd. That's one of like my few things I don't like about that movie. But
so let's skip to like Galaxy's Edge. You guys know what that is?
Yes. I wish I had money to go.
Disney is making like a theme park entirely related to Star Wars.
When you pay $4.05 billion if you did your research.
Damn, mic drop on my boy George Lucas.
Making money.
You might as well try and cash in, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like the largest and most expensive park that they've built.
Really?
Crazy.
It's not.
Where are they doing it? Is this Florida, Disney World area?
Yeah, it's Disney part of it's like next to MGM or something. So it's going to be an entirely like brand new, fresh park. So they did kind of the same thing with like Harry Potter, and it's kind of awesome that like these trilogies get their own little area that you can actually physically experience.
Well, that is cool.
So it's weird.
No, it's Nick, sorry, but no, we can't do that.
Sure, I don't like Harry Potter. No, I didn't like Harry Potter at all. I thought it was fucking stupid. Like I didn't care about it. I went to Florida like 4 years ago, and it was there. So I was like, I'll do Harry Potter World. It was amazing. So it made me like the movies.
Oh.
I feel like people, if that don't like Star Wars, might go to this and be like, oh my God, I do like Star Wars. Like,
there's so much to it.
I had no reason to hate Harry Potter. I just thought it was
right. You just didn't particularly care.
Yeah.
It was post
your generation. Why are they wearing scarves? They're stupid. They have glasses. Like I could beat them up. They're kids. I could steal their lunch money.
I agree.
I don't know that you can beat wizards.
Everything I'm saying.
He might get most of
You're just a muggle,
cards.
so I don't know that you could overtake a wizard.
I could probably break his stick, and that's it.
It's a metaphor.
Like I would just it's done.
I think it's awesome.
I mean, do you plan on going to Florida anytime soon, Dan?
When the kids are old enough to know like what's going on.
If they like it, it depends on that. So
it might be too overwhelming for little kids.
I think so. Like I have a nephew that's
I left my kid in Disney World. He was 3. I still haven't picked him up. I hope he's okay.
Oh my God, he must be like 10 by now.
It's the Disney orphans.
Yeah.
Disney orphans.
That's how they get all their characters, right? They come from nothing and then they become the
terrible
superstars of the world.
That's awesome.
Or they're forced to just roam the park as Darth Vader and stormtroopers. We didn't even talk about Clone Wars cartoons.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Clone Wars cartoon was the tits, man.
I agree. Really? I agree with the tits.
Yeah, and it might not be that popular, but Star Wars Rebels became the tits.
Hmm.
You know what Rebels
Flat
was?
tits,
Rebels
no.
was the cartoon. Rebels was the cartoon that came out afterwards. Same thing, like CG looking stuff, but it continued the story, and it wasn't good in the beginning. It was like too much like a kid show. It was like everyone was super goofy,
darker.
but it became darker and like more like the themes were really heavy. And I was like, holy shit! Like this is a really interesting show. And Darth Maul showed up in it. He showed up in Clone Wars. Darth Maul.
Drag? He showed up in drag, didn't
He
he?
was wearing like a skirt, but like we didn't want to judge him. It was 20.
She, him, her,
2019.
zer. Who knows?
Be yourself, guys. That's what I say.
Call me Maul.
Yeah, call me Molly. He wanted to be called Molly.
God damn it, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's wild.
Yeah, Nick's getting quiet here because he hasn't watched the last 3 movies, but that's okay.
The last
Yeah.
movies. I'm like, anyway, Darth Vader. He's like doing a choke thing. You might have jerk someone off.
Me and Dan are snorting like he hasn't done it since episode 4.
Yeah. The you guys keep talking about secondary things like video games and like lands and cartoons and stuff. So Star Wars is still spawning off like pretty much really badass, cool,
That's what happens when you
imaginary
make
stuff.
like a universe. Entire
What do they call it?
universe.
Supplemental?
Yeah, supplementary. Yeah,
Supplementary.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Like it'll add on to like the branching, like a tree of like, this is what happened during episode 4 and 5. Like here's a cartoon about it.
Who shot first?
What?
Who shot first?
The South.
What did you say?
Who shot first?
You know the answer to that, dude.
I do. The article I read said Han.
Han did, but George Lucas made Greedo shoot first.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's a big debate. I don't even want to talk to you about it. My girlfriend beats me when I don't get the answer right.
That makes sense. She beats you when you get the answer right, too, right?
Yeah. Well, I ask for it. I'm not even talking about Star Wars when I say it.
Oops. Greedo, not Guido.
Greedo. Good old Greedo.
Greedo. Not Guido. He didn't say Guido.
Guido?
I'm half Italian. I'm not allowed to say that.
That's offensive, right?
Is that, I think it is.
It really bothers
That was George Lucas's first way to be a racist. He named someone a Guido.
Greedo instead of Guido. That's a good point. Folks,
So what else do you have to say about the new movies, Nick?
was going to say, to wrap it up, let's talk about Star Wars in general and what it represents to us. The new movies represent, no one's 100% sure because no one's seen them all. Right?
No.
Or they're a failure, right? Did they
Yeah.
actually?
They brought
I think they
in
went straight to VHS.
hundreds of
Straight to
millions.
DVD. Straight to DVD.
What? How much money do they make? The new ones?
Do you want an actual number?
Can I throw out some numbers?
Yeah, if you want to.
I know. Yeah.
Force Awakens, I think, made $950 million here.
936.
Yawn. But go ahead.
Rogue One made like five something, 550,
532.
How embarrassing, but go ahead.
The Last Jedi made like 540.
620.
Yeah, 620. And then I think Solo made way less, like 250 or 260.
213. Sadly.
Damn! Holy shit! I didn't realize Solo made that much. That sucks for them.
But those 4 is
they
like $2
still
billion.
make money.
That's absurd. It's more than $2 billion.
It's not.
They
And
made
that's
their
just
money.
the movie. That's not even merchandise or any advertising or.
It's insane how much these
Because
things make.
all the bands and all the sports you like aren't as popular.
No, they all are. You ever heard of
Probably not
I've
the
never heard of
bands,
the
but
Patriots.
sports, yeah.
I've never heard of Metallica or Slipknot or Opeth or all the other bands you like. You're into like prog rock and like I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah, but listen.
I'm gonna judge it. I don't want to
Your
listen to it.
group will never make it. What is it? Guns and Rosens?
I don't-
Rosin.
I
They
listen
play
to full-
violins or something,
yeah,
right?
something like that. I don't want to talk about this stuff right now. I want to keep this pretty G-rated. I'll get real, risque. You want
It's
me
weird.
to?
Metallica only earned like $50 million over the course of their existence.
Wow,
That's
losers!
embarrassing.
And they lost
That's
their
embarrassing.
bassist.
He died. He died. And then, that was his big
That was
dig.
instead of a drum roll, that was a van roll, right?
Yeah, dude, take that. Take that.
You got him, dude.
It's a shame.
I got Cliff Burton. I got him. There's other bases left, dude. James Newsted couldn't cut it. Robert Trujillo, who? Yeah, that's what I thought. Saint Anger, you listen to that album head to toe every day, and you're like, I am Saint Anger. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, if I can see that face. That's what I'm saying.
I'm surprised you have that etched on your phone.
Oh my God. What is that? Oh, is that me?
It's you. Yeah, it was you.
The visual gag was really hard. I couldn't tell what it was.
It's a new HD camera. It's 1080.
I mean, is it though?
It does look better than normal, except for that giant wart
they add
on your neck.
blemishes, I heard.
Yeah, you can actually see how ugly he is.
Yeah.
Ooh, tomorrow.
Are you actually getting a tattoo?
Yeah, tomorrow.
What is the actual tattoo of?
10 to the 80th H. Dan's sick of hearing it. Dan doesn't even care at this point.
He's gonna write it in binary.
I'm gonna write it in binary. It's
On his
all
penis.
it's all the matter in the observable universe. How many atoms make up the universe?
What does that mean to you?
In a galaxy
It's
long
everything,
ago.
dude. If I can get not the galaxy, Jesus Christ, the universe.
Observable universe
universe.
long ago.
Good Lord. Anyway, if I can look at my arm and be like, that's all everything is, everything I can see, everything I can experience, everything I can interact with, it's not a big deal. It's on my fucking arm. And then I'll put
is it weird that I know other tattoos that you have and what they are?
There's only 2, and I show them on every podcast. Apparently, I get naked on every podcast.
Do you still have the one of like...
No, I got rid of it.
Butt cheek?
Yeah, the Led Zeppelin tattoo.
The Led Zeppelin one.
Yeah, I still got it.
Right.
And you know what they stand for?
Man.
One's for the drummer, one's for the bass player. Thanks for bringing that up. You fed right into my system.
Yeah, fits perfectly into the theme.
Is this the podcast was actually really about?
Look at this guy. No, I mean, whatever. Ultimately,
Man, if you like matter, that's fine. I guess that's all that matters.
that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, man.
We liked having you on. Like, honestly, like this is good feedback. You know about Star Wars more than anyone. Queen Leia, she's hot.
Why
Java the Hutt, he's good. He's my
Django
favorite
and
hero.
Boba.
He's your favorite hut? Besides pizza?
Sunglasses is number 1, of course.
The gold bikini. Who doesn't remember the gold bikini?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Slave Leia, which is also
She had
kind of
swing on
slave.
a rope. I mean, who doesn't want to
Strangle
swing?
Jabba.
Oh boy.
It's funny. I make that face when he's choking. I make that face when me and my girlfriend are together. He's like,
Switch from audio to video feed on that one.
Everyone watching, everyone here. Like, we talked about Star Wars.
Yeah,
we talked
every
about all
movie,
the episodes.
Everything
all the
we've
new
seen,
ones.
except for the
We
last
talked about
3.
The new ones exclusive.
The audio, the music, the experience,
We talked about
Disney,
We talked about
the video games.
the game.
Hoth,
we talked
AT-ATs,
Yes, Dan, we talked about Hoth. We talked about Hoth.
grappling hooks.
Mostly, we just talked about how it's universal.
Powers.
I mean, that thing transcends the movies.
Environments, ambiance,
Part of our lives, a little bit, as weird as it is.
light versus dark,
We've
Oedipus,
all been
Lugopus.
having sex with our moms. We've all been cutting off our dad's hair. We've all been finding out who our father is in a weird way.
Oh, it's our sister's
It's
father
us.
too.
Who has sex with their mom in the movies?
Everybody.
Which movie? Oh, you saw Star Wars.
Grateful. Die Hard.
Pulp Fiction.
Anyway.
All the Bruce Willis classics. That's what happens in them. It's just every single one. His movies are all really unique.
We're gonna outro it just like the intro.
Folks, I'm really glad you could tune in today. Thank you for sticking with us. If you have any Star Wars facts you want to put in there, stick them in the comment section. Send them to that name right there. WTFamicom. He's our guest today. It's our guest. I love him. He's so cool. Otherwise, you can donate to our Patreon. You can go buy your lightsaber from all the websites we told you. We told you the coupon codes. We really think it was great you could join us. We love that you listened. We love that you were part of the action. Anything in the future you want to bring to our attention, bring it up. But shout out Pander Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out What the Famicom Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out everyone. And just, folks, we like you. We like you a lot. A lot. Anything you want to say, Dan?
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Awesome.
I don't watch any of your episodes.
10 minutes.
They're too long. I'm scared to watch them because they have
this is our longest
content.
episode yet.
All right. Cut. We're done with him.
No,
Cut him now. Cut.
It was fun. Follow me if you want to see terrible, offensive video game memes. Follow these guys. At Unpander Dan, at Unpander Nick, at NC Capozzi, at Nick Nosey.
I'm not gonna cut him yet.
Unpander Moms. Unpander Skype.
No, I didn't cut him yet.
Did I hear it blip? It didn't even blip. Cut him. We're done with him. We don't need him anymore. I gotta go upstairs.
I have a bag of popcorn in front of me.